Günaydın değerli izleyicilerimiz. Decor and Design konferans etkinliğimize hoş geldiniz. ConnectionDays.com platformunda başlattığımız dijital etkinliklerimizin dördüncüsü olan Decor and Design konferans etkinliği ile sizlerle buluşmaktan çok mutluyuz. 2 gün boyunca geleceğin tasarım kodlarını keşfedin teması etrafında şekillenen mimari, dekorasyon, iç mekan tasarımını içeren oturumlarımız, keynote konuşmacılarımız ve panellerimizle sektördeki yenilikleri ve trendleri derinlemesine inceleyeceğimiz bu etkinliğimizle bizlerle beraber olacak herkese şimdiden teşekkürlerimizi sunarız. 2 gün boyunca ConnectionDays.com web sitesi üzerinden birbirinden değerli konuşmacıları bir araya getirecek olan etkinliğin açılış oturumunu yönetmek üzere Hannover Fairs Turkey Fuarcılık Genel Müdür Yardımcısı Sayın Annika Klar'ı davet ediyorum. Good morning, welcome.
Good night to everyone. Hi, good to see you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank
Dear
you.
esteemed speakers.
Sorry, Annika, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Bengül. Good to see you. Good night. Good to see everyone. Dear estimate speakers, ladies and gentlemen, visitors, and our members of the press, dear Sonia, dear Burcu, welcome to Decor and Design Conference. So welcoming you here as the Deputy General Manager of Hannover Fairs Turkey, I am more than happy to take part at the opening ceremony of our digital conference. Today, we are proud to host Decor and Design Conference as a fourth part of our digital event series that we have launched under the roof of Connection Days platform since June last year. Trade fairs and conferences are an enormously important part of the marketing activities in today's business world, be it for the largest multinational companies to very small family businesses. The more we have the power to compete, the faster we can catch up with technology, trends, and demands, and the more successful we can become in today's business world. The current conditions, as you know, on the other hand, enable us to focus on new habits, new opportunities, and new trends that we have gained with the pandemic. And with that, even event organizers like us, like Hannover Fairs Turkey, are in the middle of digital transformation. To serve the market needs, to connect themselves even during the COVID-19 pandemic, our Hannover Fairs Turkey team has developed the digital event platform Connection Days. We like to be a pioneer in that sector, delivering solutions to changing business conditions and offering innovative concepts. By adding the digital world to our business, we are able to offer our clients a wide range of business contacts and markets from all over the world. All these developments have accelerated everything, and we can easily say that COVID-19 has also grown and matured our own ways of doing business. And for sure, as our society loves real social interactions, we will come back to physical events after the pandemic and make use of the good experience of digital approaches in addition. And I'm really looking forward to going back to the physical world as well. Worldwide, the pandemic forced us to stay at our homes. We lived at home, we worked at home, friendships and schools happened digitally. And at least for me, I can say that I've never been at home so much as in the last year. And I've never, ever before entered so many different homes of people on a digital base during thousands of video conferences. Being a curious person, it was always interesting to me how different people are living and working it, how the interior designs is. And very often I thought, that's a nice wallpaper in the background. Or I've asked, where did you buy this picture or vase or anything else? As our homes mattered so much in the last months, I'm curious as well how our 2-day Decor and Design Conference will answer the question, what will be the design codes of the future? A series of topics will be discussed today and tomorrow, consisting of sessions that will examine the changing nature of the industry to create stronger design for the future. I'm very glad that all the ideas and perspectives of our esteemed speakers will be broadcasted and are available permanent online. Next year, we are planning to organize the Decor and Design Conference as well physically with digital streaming on an international level. It is a very important part of our vision to represent the innovative ideas and products of design, decoration, and architecture industries in the best way, becoming the meeting point for those industries shaping the future. I would like to thank to each of our estimate speakers, sponsors, media partners, and visitors here. And once again, I welcome you all to our Decor and Design conference. And now I leave the stage to Sonia. Welcome very much, Sonia, to our conference. Wedell-Castellano. Sonia is our Global Fair Director of Domotex from Deutsche Messe AG, who is also joining us today from Germany. The stage is yours, Sonia.
Thank you very much, Annika. Nice to see you, by the way. It's been such a long time with all these video conferences.
Exactly.
Esteemed speakers, visitors, distinguished guests, and members of the press, I'm very happy to be here today as a representative of Deutsche Messe and to be with you in this beautifully prepared and organized digital conference. Trade shows, which enable the foundations of new cooperations with customer profiles from all available segments of the industries, are the most important platforms of competition in global commerce. Since 1947, Deutsche Messe continues to bring exhibitors and visitors together with our trade shows and services in the sector in line with our motto, Global Fairs, Global Business. This has conveyed many small businesses to become world market leaders while also supporting large-scale businesses on their way to further expansion. We continue to create trends, innovations, and lifestyles and present them to the end users in the market with our experiences from the world's most important trade fair for carpets and flooring, Domotex. Since the pandemic settled in our lives at the speed of light, all the ongoing digital conferences and events, despite their current necessity, as well as the feedback we received from the industry, reminded once again how much we miss face-to-face events. Thus, we postponed Domotex Hannover to 2022 as a hybrid trade show. We are excited to meet all our exhibitors and visitors at the Hannover Fairground from 13th to 16th January 2022, and 2 new strong labels will be introduced at Domotex 22, not only to optimize orientation for visitors, but also for exhibitors to feel home. Carpets and rugs and floor and wall. These 2 new labels enable attendees from the wholesale and retail trade, architecture, interior design, crafts, and the furnishing trade to find their way around more easily. The COVID-19 pandemic is forcing trade organizers to rethink. Due to travel and contact restrictions, numerous trade fairs have been held digitally only over the past year. Event organizers are responding to the ongoing demand of markets to offer alternative business and trading platforms despite all restrictions. In this sense, we are pleased with the digitalization focus that our Turkey office has held tightly since June 2020 and the 3 very successful events it has held till today. And I find it very valuable to offer such an alternative platform and to contribute to the increasing importance of online channels. With the pandemic, we have been looking forward to new trends, innovative ideas that focus on new living spaces and lifestyle. Decor and Design Conference is meaningful for us as we will meet with both domestic and international markets with trend, design, and architecture-oriented sessions that will shape the designs of today and the future. Sustainability, returning to nature, and human-oriented flexible space themes that will continue to gain importance in every sector from now on have long been in our lives, but became more prominent with the pandemic. The time we spend in our homes, Annika, you just said it, has started to increase, so our need for more functional and comfortable spaces has increased too. Therefore, I believe that the topics that will be discussed at the conference during these 2 days will touch to our new normal lives and each of us in some way. Maybe nothing will be the same. Our ways of doing business, industries, lifestyles, and our habits will change completely. But in the new era, we will continue to stay with new network channels, business models, trends, and endless organizations and continue our leadership in the market. I would like to thank all our speakers, visitors, and stakeholders, which we consider the real hosts of this event. And once again, I welcome you all to Decor and Design Conference 2021.
Thank you very much, Sonia, for welcoming us from Germany as well. So that's really a pleasure having you with us. And Burcu, it's the first time that the two of us meet today, so a very warm welcome from my side. And it's really nice that you are participating today. So Mrs. Burcu Yazgan, President of İzmir Chamber of Interior Architects, is also with us today. And I would really like to thank you, Burcu, for attending our opening ceremony. And now the stage is yours. I'm really looking forward to your speech.
Thank you, Annika. Dear Annika, dear Sonia, dear guests, we are so glad to be a part of this gorgeous future building connection as the Chamber of Interior Architects in Izmir. The Chamber brings the industry leading brands and professionals together, furthers public awareness of the influence and impact of interior architecture, and ensures the education of the profession through programs, workshops, and events such as this connection, while making collaboration with universities, municipalities, and brands global. So being a part and collaborate with this organization is so valuable and it's honor. As we all know, we live in pandemic for a year and a half. COVID-19 is already having an impact on almost every industry across the globe, and the same can be said for interior design. The way we design, the materials used, and how we furnish spaces will be altered, and we are letting you know how we see things changing. After quarantining at home for the last several months, many of us are ready to admit our interiors need a makeover. Aesthetics aside, but although not to be altogether ignored, our spaces no longer function the way we need them in a post-COVID world. Newly recognized requisites include easily sterilized surfaces, private spaces for working, and greater connection to nature, all contained within our personal Adobe. If there was ever a time for interior architects to bring their combined powers of creativity, technical proficiency, and space planning savvy to a project, this is it. As the rise of hygienic standards, keeping surfaces clean still be a top priority. The indoor air quality will also become a greater area of focus as people spend more time indoors. So designers should focus on sound proofing with warm and inviting materials. The building will be designed to let in the maximum amount of natural light and a connection to the outdoors. We need distinctly private zones for each inhabitant to use an office or simply a quiet retreat. The way we live has been forever changed by the pandemic. So even if the world resumes its prior pace of external engagements, there is no doubt that we now have a greater awareness of what we like about our living space and what we would change. If we could, besides, it's far more likely that, given the risk of future pandemic-like events, many people will be seeking ways to balance work and play within the boundaries of their own properties should the need arise again. As we all know also, the earthquake disaster happened in İzmir in October titled. It was a big disaster. Earthquake and Interior Architecture Approach, as a title, we made a workshop in İzmir with guests around the world. The aim of this workshop activity was to declare the role of interior architecture in developing the basic ethical values for building environment. We made a field work and we reported that the columns, beams, and also the rigid field walls are subtracted from the main existing buildings' interiors. The main structural system is affected, so the damage of the disaster is multiplied. There are two aspects, in fact, in creating a space. Subtractions made from the existing building structure and making additions also to existing building, which requires a new interior architecture project as well as a new structural engineering project. In this case, our responsibility all together as architects, interior architects, engineers will be highly too much in the next days. There will be a time when real informed people will talk and design. And also, I would like to emphasize the importance of establishing and implementing world standards and guidelines for the profession and education. We are ready to take this responsibility as the interior architects and as the board of the directors of the chamber in all aspects, which we need as law-making elements in this field maybe. We connect the global interior architecture profession and community to identify and provide design solutions to global problems, disasters, and so on. One of the most important issues in interior architecture is conserving resources and historical value. After built structures disused or abandoned, adaptive use can be the perfect way to breathe new life into old building. The priority is to encourage the local building structure, the use of unique and natural materials of region where the building is constructed, and even to encourage the creation of the industry necessary to produce its own in its own region. So for all these I mentioned about, we have some strategic goals as like encouraging international cooperation in education, business, design, and social awareness, providing information on economic, political, and technical developments for interior design, creating an organization of global service to the interior architecture profession by facilitating industry and government involvement, using the professional skills of interior architects to uplift communities and observe social responsibility, contacting with other international design-related organizations, such as this connection, promoting the contribution of interior design in society and develop a platform of design, advocacy, and policy. We as a chamber believe also in the power of design as a vehicle for human betterment and productive improvement. We recognize that all people are equal across the world, and that well-designed environments help to uplift humanity and civil society. It promotes equal rights and access to interior architecture and design practice, research and education to be guaranteed equally to all who wish to pursue it. This is regardless of race, gender, creed, sexual orientation, cultural, heritage, and socio-economic background, and notwithstanding disparities. That good and quality design requires to foundationally take into consideration these and such evolving factors as technological innovation, globalization, economic and political instability, and social inequality, as well as holistic consideration of the environmental and sustainable factors. Finally, I would like to emphasize the importance of an interior architect to catch up with universal language in design and at the same time local and timeless. We are exclusively waiting for the precious design talks within Connection Days that will continue for 2 days. Congrats for this comprehensive organization which brings the industry-leading brands and the professional together in Turkey in this platform. Thanks to administration and everyone who contributed. Good luck, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Burcu. And maybe in the end, a warm welcome and thanks to the whole team of HFT Turkey so for your contribution to this show and to the conference. And I'm really curious on the topics which will be discussed today.
Thank you so much, Annika. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye. Sevgili izleyicilerimiz, sizleri saat 10.30'da başlayacak olan keynote konuşmacılarımızdan Sayın Serdal Korkut Avcı tarafından gerçekleştirilecek Arçelik Design for Good konulu oturumumuza davet ediyoruz.